You're watching Scorching and Swearing with your host, Brandon Swear.
What is up, Swear Nation? Brandon Swear back in it again with another pod review. You saw yesterday I did the red Jackyl from Paul Quick. Told you I'd be back to do the caramel version of the Jackyl. Once again, this is the F2 of the SR7 chocolate crossed with a Trinidad scorpion. So man, this thing's gonna be an absolute beast. The other one yesterday was quite spicy as well, and definitely looking forward to getting into this. I'm interested to know how much the overall flavor profile and burn varies from this to the red. So once again, I'll give you a nice close-up so anyone that might have missed that video can still get in on that. Okay. I mean, just a beautiful pod. So here's the thing. This is an F2. All right, let's go ahead and get in here. This is the Caramel Jackyl, and I will go ahead and cut that open and show what the insides look like. All right. Man, this thing is beefy, nice and dense. Oh my goodness, oily. Man, that is some thick oils. I can already smell it. It is a very strong aroma coming off this. Extremely chinense, but at the same time has a hint of like a smoky note. It's pretty interesting. All right, let me show the inside here. If I can hold it without, you know what? Came across, I'll just show you one. Boom. And then set that down and show the other. I mean, just an absolute monster. Nice and oily on the inside. Looking forward to getting into this. Go ahead and close that back up. I'm Brandon Swear, and this is the Jackyl F2 from Paul Quick. Extremely oily. I mean, carried over on to the napkin. Just wiping that off, but let's talk about it. Right off the bat, I mean, once again, nice thick crunch, hearty crunch to this pepper. It has, well, it is a thinner wall. It's almost like a medium walled pepper. It's got a nice thick mass to it. Not a simple thing to just explain, other than to say, as you're chewing it, it's got some crunch. So overall, extremely tasty. This one is a lot less fruity and a lot less sweet. This is a lot more smoky with just a touch of sweet. The smoky is the more prominent, more prevalent flavor all throughout this pod. Once again though, phenomenal job not having really any kind of a bitter floral note kind of come through there. I thought for a second it was going to, but it didn't. The overall burn is really heavily sitting towards the back of the throat on this one. A little bit on the lips, probably where oh, getting in the back of my throat pretty good. Probably where I pulled the stem off. It's kind of just gravitating towards the front of my mouth. But man, this thing is nice and hot, really good. I would say the heat on this one, trying to think. Obviously, it's still building, kind of like it was yesterday. The heat-wise, though, I think this might actually be just a hair hotter than the red. Now, with that being said, I actually like the fruity nature of the red pod a lot more than the smoky notes. So not that the smoky notes are bad, just if I'm going to eat a Superhot, fruity is phenomenal. So the smoky notes carry through perfectly. It is going to make a phenomenal pod for sauces, for powders, you name it. The overall eyes are nice and watery right now. I can feel it like starting to pool up, opening up the sinuses. Nothing, it's really the lower throat, nothing in the chest, nothing in the stomach, but just flog in the back of the throat. It hits violent, it picks up quick, and then it just gets to a point and just smolders out. And it just keeps radiating like you swallowed a hot coal, sitting on the back of the throat, just not wanting to go fully down the throat, just sitting there. Man, this thing is good, it is hot, easily one of the big dogs for sure. This is a solid one, Paul. Looking forward to, as it gets further out and closer to F8, to see exactly the phenotype, exactly the flavor profiles, the heat, how it all just comes together. It is going to be a absolute showstopper. Open up the sinuses pretty good. The overall effects, if you will, was really pretty glassy eyes. No hot tears yet. But you know, opened up the nostrils, got the back of the throat really just rip roaring, and heated. The burn / tingle around the mouth is still pretty nice. It's dying back on there, but as I'm salivating, I can feel the burn from the back of the throat really just let that saliva draw forward and really reignite the bottom portion of my gums. It is a pretty darn hot pepper, definitely a good one. But man, the one yesterday, the red Jackyl from Paul Quick, so this was a caramel. The red one, it did dissipate, but still left a nice remnant, almost kind of like a tingle to the areas that it was burning the most. So all in all, I expect this one to kind of do the same. It's definitely one that if you are not accustomed to eating some really spicy things, this is gonna light your world on fire. All in all, phenomenal pepper. As I continue to salivate, it just keeps reigniting the bottom of my gums. I mean, not one for the faint of heart, but that's for sure. It's now really kind of gravitated towards the lower part of my throat, so like just starting to get close to the chest, but not fully there, just sitting right at the bottom of the throat. Nice burn, a very clean burn, clean taste. Digging it. So the pepper has a very nice clean after effect. No real residual going on, no bitterness, no strange taste, no nothing. All in all, phenomenal job, Paul. This is definitely a winner, and looking forward to what you're doing with it. Once again, if you have not had a chance to check out any of Paul Quick's seasonings, he has spicy seasonings that are just phenomenal. I'll have that link down below how you can get a hold of him. Man, definitely pick some of those up. I checked out his hot taco seasoning yesterday with the pod review, and it was phenomenal. Ended up using it some more that night with my food, and we'll probably be doing the same tonight. So, hey, I'm Brandon Swear, and from everything from the world of hot, this has been Scorching and Swearing.
This has been Scorching and Swearing with your host, Brandon Swear.